Welcome to the Colf Sports Center for UW-Oshkosh basketball tonight. The Titans hosting 9th-ranked from D3Hoops.com, the UW-Platteville Pioneers. Good evening once again. BJ DeGroat alongside former Badger Brian Butch. Hey, we were here Saturday. Titans starting conference playoff with a bang. They took down La Crosse, who is also nationally ranked. Doesn't get much easier tonight, Brian.
No, it doesn't. When you look at what Platteville is going to try to do, they're going to try to sink into the paint, make it very difficult on Jack Flynn. I also want to see the matchup with Shields versus Mahoney. I think that's going to be a key when you look at the game. Will
Mahoney goes off for 21 as a freshman. Not very common in this league. How do you temper the expectations of getting too relaxed and saying, hey, I already made it?
Well, I think you look at it and you realize what Shields is going to bring again for Platteville, and you realize I got to bring it again. So it's not one of those, I think, expectations. It's one of those you bring it together and you realize you got another task at hand.
For the opponent tonight, the Pioneers, a name that's going to ring familiar in Jeff Guard. How close is this going to look to a Badger team?
It'll be pretty close. They're not going to probably post as much, I would say, just because of the height. So I think you'll see a lot of the swing offense, but I don't think you'll see those guards and bigs posting as much. They're trying to get a little bit more movement. That'll probably be about the only little bit of difference.
Adam Fravert awfully quiet offensively on Saturday, but we talked about it. Conference play, the scouting reports are different. How does he get going tonight?
Well, I think you look to try to get some easy baskets, offensive rebounds, just put back, some roll, replace action. Those sorts of things. You get the first one to go in, and it kind of snowballs from there.
Oshkosh and Platteville tonight should be a good one here in the WIAC. More coming up, including starting lineups, toss and tap. That's on the way. This is UW-Oshkosh basketball.
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here, learn here, develop here, live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
Oh, emojis. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you.
She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
Welcome back into the pregame show, getting set for the Titans and the Pioneers tonight on the video stream, joined by head coach of the Titans, Matt Lewis. Coach, started conference with a win on Saturday, I should say. Yep. A nice one over a ranked team. Got another one tonight. Take us through the week of practice.
Yeah, it's been a big week for us, obviously leading up to Saturday's game. Just starting off conference play, you got to be incredibly focused, and to get a good win on Saturday was great, but then you had to refocus immediately. On Sunday was a major film day for us. Guys had the day off, just kind of took care of their bodies, got ready for class. They started class again on Monday in our interim. We've had 2 good days of practice. I'm hoping that we're ready to go tonight and just play our tails off.
How do you bottle up the energy that was in here on Saturday and bring it back tonight?
Again, I think the energy's got to come from our guys. Like, it can't come from anything else. And we have some guys that are passionate, and so our energy's got to be derived from ourselves. And I just look forward to watching our guys play incredibly hard.
Pretty darn good performance from a freshman in Will Mahoney. Sometimes in those cases, you relax and say, hey, I'm here, I made it. How do you guard against that for Will?
Yeah, he's an extremely competitive kid, and he's a sponge. Like, he wants to be coached every single day. You know, he'll text me and he'll want to watch extra film, he'll want to get up extra shots, and he's a kid that just wants to continue to get better, and that's the positive thing about him. Like, no, not for a second this year has he just kind of settled. He just constantly the next day is, all right, what can I do better today? That's just a good approach for anybody to have.
I know you got a lot of guys hungry like that on the team. How do you kind of tamper that a little bit and say, you know, slow down, it's good to take a breath once in a while?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just to continue to buy in and be selfless. Like, it doesn't matter what your role is, just trying to excel in that. And we've got some guys that are great teammates, and they just want to win basketball games. So if you're playing really well, keep trying to play well. If it's not going well for you, make it go well for somebody else at that moment. Just be a great teammate.
A lot of positives coming out of Saturday, but when you get to the film and you start nitpicking like I know you do, what jumped out? What's something you're looking to kind of work on tonight?
We've got to be more disciplined. We had some moments where we weren't very disciplined. We didn't finish out the first half very well. Thought we relaxed a little bit on some possessions defensively. And then just like everybody, you gotta take care of the basketball. You can't turn it over 14 times like we did. So I want us to play more discipline and take care of the basketball.
The team is good defensively as Platteville comes in tonight. I would imagine that kind of with the principles of coming out of that one that was hammered home this week.
Yeah, absolutely. The nice thing is if you believe in who you are, you don't have to change it game to game. And we believe in who we are, so we just got to go out there and play like it.
As far as Adam, kind of a off night as far as points-wise, dynamically what he brings to the floor. Was frustrated at all coming out of that one?
No, he recognized that they were really keying on him and trying to take him out of it. He played so well in Atlanta. He had 37 in one and I think 30 in the other. And he accepted that they were going to kind of throw bodies at him, and he was very unselfish and shared the basketball and set up his teammates. And I told him he had a great impact on the game despite only having one bucket. So he's just a kid that wants to win basketball games.
Yeah, he puts on a pretty good poker face because he couldn't tell on Saturday at all.
Yeah, he doesn't get frustrated by much, and I was really proud of just how he handled it and just kept battling.
W, I'm sure, helps as well when you talk about that. All right, Platteville tonight, offensively, how do you look to attack them defensively?
Yeah, it's the same thing as every team. We try and go inside. I don't think anybody would be shocked by that answer. And we've got some special big kids and some other kids that can play in there as well. So we try and attack you inside out. Defensively, we just try and be as tough as we can be on the basketball and take away things you do well. And then just be disciplined, contest shots, and finish plays. So nothing really changes game to game. You just got to see what the other team does well and just get your guys to compete as hard as they possibly can on both ends.
Coach, looking forward tonight. Should be a good one. Appreciate your time. Go get them.
Thank you, BJ.
Head coach Matt Lewis, UW-Oshkosh men's basketball. More of the pregame show coming up right here on the video stream.
The WIAA, in conjunction with the Green Bay Packers, is determined to preserve the excitement of Friday nights on high school football fields across the state of Wisconsin. Contrary to how some reports misrepresent the data available, the risk of serious injury in high school football is less than it has ever been. With better teaching, better rules, and better equipment, the Green Bay Packers and the WIAA encourage participation in the nation's most popular sport because it's fun, it's educational, and it's safer than ever.
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here. Learn here. Develop here. Live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
Good evening and welcome to Colf Sports Center. Once again, BJ DeGroat, Brian Butch, getting set for the Oshkosh Titans on the men's side, taking on UW-Platteville, the 9th-ranked team in the country according to D3Hoops.com. Glad to have you aboard tonight wherever you may be watching. Let us know. Find us on Twitter at @TheScoreWI, at Brian_Butch, or at BJ_DeGroat. As we mentioned, Brian, in the open, Oshkosh in a up-and-down non-conference. They come out of it 6-5, but most importantly, last Saturday, a game that we had, they come out with a win, a 15th-ranked UW lacrosse team that at that point was undefeated. You have a Platteville team, but very easily could be undefeated. Trip up on the road at Mary Hardin Baylor. Some things that went in that game, not for Platteville, as we pause here for the national anthem.
On behalf of Chancellor Andrew Lemon, Director of Athletics Darrell Sims, welcome to Colf Sports Center on the campus of the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh for today's game between the Pioneers of UW-Platteville and your UW-Oshkosh Titans. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your hats, and face the flag at the north end of the arena as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Right
My, oh my, how about that rendition of the national anthem? Well done. Here tonight at Golf Sports Center. Once again, BJ DeGroat, Brian Butch with you this evening, getting set for Platteville and Oshkosh. And getting back to that point, we had a conversation earlier this week with head coach Matt Lewis of the Titans when talking about this Platteville team, Brian, coming in. He thought that Coach Gard and his squad probably had a pretty good gripe that they should be undefeated outside of that trip up at Mary Hardin Baylor earlier this year. But nonetheless, the Pioneers come in the 9th ranked team in the country, and for good reason.
Yeah, when you look at it, obviously they got some really good players. You look at it, starts with Quentin Shields. He's averaging 16.6 points per game. He makes them go. I think, offensively, everyone wants to talk about that right away, but defensively, what Platteville's going to try to do is make all the paint touches very, very difficult. They're going to give out some outside jump shots, and they're going to try to contain Will Mahoney. I think that's the key when you look at what Platteville's going to try to do. As far as Oshkosh, what the keys for Oshkosh, they want to continue to defend. They want to get the ball down low. So it's going to be a great battle of who gets their will in the paint and who, sets that force out the right away.
Let's take a look at those starting lineups first for the visiting Pioneers of Platteville. As you mentioned, Quentin Shields leads the way for this team. The straw that kind of stirs the drink for Platteville. Also, Volkner, Gunning, Kyle Tuma, and Stovall to round out the starting lineup. Tuma out of Valders. Got a good look at him in an upset win over Xavier on the high school floor a few years ago. Knocked off the Hawks, and a trip down to state was on the line there. So Valders represented by Kyle Tuma, very talented sophomore into the starting lineup. As for the Titans, take a look at their starting lineup. Nothing changes from Saturday in that win over La Crosse. Peterson, Vlothrow, Will Mahoney, 21 points in that win on Saturday. Adam Fravert, Jack Flynn, your 2 preseason All-Americans for the Titans. But how about Will Mahoney in that win on Saturday? 21 points from the freshman.
Yeah, and you're going to see a great matchup there of Will Mahoney and Quentin Shields. Again, it's going to be a junior versus a freshman. How do they respond? For Platteville to go, it's going to be Quentin Shields. For Oshkosh to go, you're going to have Mahoney play well. You're going to have your bigs play well. And then you're going to have some outside shooting, because I think a little bit of what you're going to see is them try to take away that paint. They take away that paint. Oshkosh can't get trigger happy from 3 either. They've got to make sure that those shots that they're getting, they're open for a reason. That's the game plan for Platteville. How do you respond?
Be interesting to see. You mentioned the paint. We saw Saturday where Oshkosh, we know the offense starts in the post with Jack Flynn. We'll see here tonight if that offense is able to get started inside for Oshkosh. As we know, Platteville very good defensively coming into this one. But we are just about set for tip and tap here tonight from a Golf Sports Center on a chilly Wednesday night in Northeast Wisconsin. Pete Jusnes, Matthew Mach, and Jeff Lewis, your officiating crew here tonight as assigned by the WIAC. Nice crowd on hand on a Wednesday night. Alumni night on Saturday, faculty and staff appreciation night this evening here at Golf Sports Center. There's some energy here at Golf on Saturday with the alumni in the building, and it showed right out of the gates from the team. And I know we talked a little bit about with Coach Lewis that they've got to find a way to manufacture that themselves and not rely, obviously, on the fans to do that. But it's always nice when there's a little extra juice in the building.
Well, you like it. There's some extra juice in the building tonight, too, as the number 9th ranked team in the country, Platteville's in town.
Stovall and Fravert to jump. It's into the hands of Quentin Shields as we begin here tonight. Platteville moving there right to left on your screen. Right side, there's the first touch for Tuma. Top of the key, Volkner. See Fravert on Volkner, Quentin Shields. Peterson usually draws the toughest defensive assignment for the Titans. As that shot up, no good, and a rebound cleared by Oshkosh. High ball screen here. Nope, they'll give way to Flynn. Fravert on a curl. Kick out, look at a 3 from Vlothrow, it's no good. But an offensive board, something that the Titans do awfully well as a team. Fravert dials up a triple. Quiet on Saturday, he starts tonight with a bang. 3-0 Titans.
Well, and you look at that, it's offensive rebound, and because of the offensive rebound, you give yourself an extra possession. Great effort there by Jack Flynn to get Oshkosh one more possession.
Pull-up jumper. Gunnick knocks it home out of Laconia, the junior. Close to home here, I would imagine. Quite a few family and friends around for him. 3-2, Titans lead early. Here's Peterson, left side. Entry into Flynn on that left block. We'll talk a lot about that tonight. Mahoney. Thought about the three. Favorite, how about another? Nope. And a rebound cleared by Shields. Quentin Shields, junior out of Chicago, Illinois. Tuma, he'll tee one up from deep. That one's no good, and a rebound cleared by Peterson. 18-13 here, early going first half.
Again, you're going to see a lot of pick and roll action, a lot of side pick and roll. They're going to catch it on the left block. Jack Flynn is 75% of the time. That's where he wants the ball, and he's going to come right back to that jump hook.
Right hand goes for Flynn, and he spins to the middle. We saw it, the double team come on the dribble on Saturday from Lacrosse. It looked there early on, Brian, that Platteville is exploring the same idea of coming with the double as soon as that ball hits the floor.
Yeah, and you know, more than anything, if you're Platteville, if you make him catch it farther out, you don't have to bring that. But there was a situation, you let Jack catch it too deep, he's going to put it in every time.
Flynn, Hezzy down the lane, left it short. Flynn there to scoop it up, but it's ripped away by the sophomore Tuma. Gets to the baseline, kick it out, Tuma. Here's Stovall.
This is a situation where Platteville, you know, they're running the swing offense at times, same thing that Wisconsin's run under Bo and Coach Guard. But right now the ball is sticking so much for Platteville, they're not getting great looks.
There is Quentin Shields knocking down the triple. Ties this one up at 5.
And that's a made shot, but is that what Platteville wants to live on? The answer to that is no.
Mahoney, little hesitation, gets by Shields and up and over Stovall.
And so much attention is put on to Jack Flynn that the weak side isn't there to be there. You can't be late. You can't just worry about one player. The attention was on Jack. Will took advantage of it.
Stovall, 3, he knocks it home. Justin Stovall with the triple. 9 for 32 on the year after that make. Doesn't shoot a whole lot. Blow throw. Here on the baseline for Peterson. Jumper in the lane off the left and cleared away by Platteville. Pioneers with a 1-point lead. We're up on our first media break. Gunnick. Shields. Volkner. Stovall. Heat check. And back rim no good. Peterson clears. Here come the Titans. Peterson will step into one and knock it home. Flynn cleared enough space just trying to get through. Peterson teed it up and dropped it home.
Well, and when you look at it, you know you can't give him those sorts of looks. You give that look, you get burned by it.
Team's shooting it pretty well here early on, and a kick ball is Blothrow got a piece of it with his foot, and we have hit our first timeout. We'll take a break. 15:35 left here in the first half. Oshkosh 10, Platteville 8. You're watching Titans basketball.
Oh, emojis. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Zane!
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here. Learn here. Develop here. Live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
Ten to 8 Titans early on in what should be a good one here tonight, and it's played out that way with 15:35 left in the first half. Very early in this one. say it oftentimes because we do end up getting some pretty good games, Brian, whether it's on the high school or the college floor, or even with the Wisconsin Herb, that this one really feels like, buckle up, it's a seatbelt game.
Well, there's no question about it. Obviously, the way Platteville wants to play. They're going to work it, get good shots. They're going to defend. Well, guess what? That's what Oshkosh is going to do. And anytime you have both of those things put together, you're going to have a good matchup. Two very, very well-coached teams as well.
Tuma, another three. Ooh, as Mahoney may have got a piece on it. Yeah, he did. And it's ripped away by Fravert. Peterson gets by, flips it up with the right hand, gets it to go. Levi Borchert into the ball game during that last dead ball, along with Eddie Minch.
Well, and you got to love the way that Oshkosh is able to get to the paint. That's the one thing Platteville doesn't. They want to keep you out of the paint there, where you see Oshkosh getting to the paint. It's a huge advantage if Oshkosh can continue to do that.
Blake McCann and Justin Fox into the ball game as well, coming out of that immediate timeout. First foul of the evening will go on the Titans. That'll be on Eric Peterson, his first.
Well, there you see how quick Shields is. Peterson tried to get him. He got beat just by a little bit, and then all of a sudden that arm bar, and as soon as you start riding him, it's going to be a foul. Peterson's off to a really good start for you, Oshkosh. Obviously 5 points, and has done some really good things.
I think any additional scoring you get out of Peterson is going to be a welcomed asset to his game. Driving in the lane, offensive foul as Volkner cleared a little bit of room as he got to that left block. So wipe it away, we'll head the other way. First foul on Platteville. First foul on Volkner. Alex Rainey into the ball game for the Pioneers as well. Jeff Guard, 9th season at the helm for Platteville. Titans up by 4 with possession. Here's Eddie Minch. Out of Ripon. He'll pull up for 3. Back rim too strong. Tapped up. Ooh, Borchert grabs the board. Mahoney, a floater, and good. How good has Will Mahoney been to start conference play?
Well, I love what Will's done, but I'll tell you more than anything, what the ability to get offensive rebounds from Levi Borchert, what he's brought to this team has been very, very good. Those second chance opportunities are huge.
Oh, Fravert puts the spin on inside.
And we're going to see a timeout here. Yeah, I was going to say timeout there by Jeff Guard from UW-Platteville. Great timeout there by Coach Guard. Obviously feels things are moving in the wrong direction. You take a quick one. Really good move there by Flavor.
So with 14:07 left here in the first half, we'll keep it here, 16-8. Titans with the lead and a little bit of a burst there coming out of the media timeout. It was a 2-point game, now up to 8.
Fravor with the move there, but it brings up him up to 5 points, aggressive. Only 2 points for Jack Flynn. They've done a good job in the post defending. The one thing Platteville has not done a good job, and you have to credit Oshkosh on this, is they've gotten points in the paint. They've done a great job of getting there. The last couple of possessions, they didn't have any at the first media timeout under 16. Now 14 minutes, 2 minutes into it, they've got 6 points in the paint. There's a reason the lead ballooned, and it's because of those easy baskets by Oshkosh.
Coming out of the timeout, Platteville with possession. Quentin Shields will get things rolling. There's Rainey. Right side, Volkner. Fox for a touch. Just see the burst when Shields makes his move. Hesitation, Volkner on the baseline got caught. Oh, great cut inside. And it looks like they have an issue with the shot clock. Shot clock should be gone. There is no shot clock. That was odd.
Well, it was just tapped and probably touched. And
another floater by Mahoney's no good, and a rebound cleared by the Pioneers. Up ahead on a leak out and getting it to go is Justin Fox.
And when you don't get back in transition, that's what is the result, is an easy 2 points.
Mahoney, top of the key. Spinning, Borchert lays it in with the right hand. Oh, good one-on-one move to get by.
Freshman to freshman work there, obviously playing a two-man game. That's when you've got Jack on that left block where he wants it. That whole weak side is wide open. There you saw just a ball screen action. Led to a really good move there by Levi.
Got by Justin Jarvin Sivu underneath. Ooh, nice up and under from Volkner.
And there's a situation where you got to stop that baseline drive. Put your foot on that line and stop it.
Volkner, the Raider out of Kiel. There's Flynn. Height advantage, muscles in, ball tapped away, will flip it up off the mark and scooped up by Rainey. Good work inside by Fox. Volkner, double team comes to the baseline, nearly ripped away by Minch. A reset, 10 on the shot clock. Shields will pull up and knock it down. He's hit a couple of tough shots.
Well, he
cuts the lead to
42% from the three, 46 overall. I mean, he's really shooting the ball at a really good clip. That's why he's averaging 16.6 a game. But you know, he's the guy that offensively Platteville's going to rely on.
Good job by Borchert to catch it on the baseline. The pass a little too strong, but caught it, pump fake, and will earn a trip to the line.
And that's Volker's second foul right there. And that's a big one. One offensive foul that he created. Here's the other one. He falls for a ball fake, and because of that, you get a little over-aggressive. It gives you 2 fouls. It looks like there's a sub coming for him. Those are 2 tough fouls early on here.
We have a flurry of subs both ways. Willman, Blothrow, and Peterson will return for the Titans. Stovall, Kyle Tuma, along with Gunning, will return for Platteville. .43 left here in the first half. A good one. Gulf Sports Center. Second game in conference play for both teams, as the second one knocked home by Levi Borchert. Perfect 2 for 2 at the line. That's a place that this Titan team has struggled.
Yeah, and we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. As it's a 5-point game. You know it's going to be a close game. You know there's going to be close possessions. You see how they execute, especially from that free throw line.
Well, there's a mismatch. Shields on Willman and blows right by him. And we'll get to the line.
Well, and if you're Platteville, obviously you're going to continue to run your offense, but it's something to watch if you're an Oshkosh fan. How much pick and roll do they go with Shields? Obviously, you've seen him so quick. He's a little jutterbug out there, man. He just goes by everybody. So anytime you can get a switch on a big, anytime you can create any advantages and let him go to the rim, that's a positive for Platteville. Now, you know, if you're Oshkosh, the biggest thing here, you don't want to have those switches. You want to try to get over those screens or under, whatever the scouting report says on that. For me, I'd personally like to go over on that just because he is such a good three-point shooter. Force him, have that big there, and get back. And that's where the communication is going to be key tonight.
Shields just has the joystick in him. You move it a touch either way, and that's kind of the speed that he has. So
for sure.
2 at the line. 20-17, it's a 3-point lead for the Titans. Shields takes it away, turnover. I believe that's the first one on the night for Oshkosh. In the corner, Gunning. Swing it here to the near side. McCann, Tuma. Gunning on the baseline. Oh, Ravert right there to reject it. And Borchert clears.
I was just going to say, if you are going to get baseline like that, you better go up and get it. There you see a great job.
Ravert catch and shoot, left it short, but a back tap out and a reset. Fresh 20 on the clock for UW-Oshkosh. We have a stoppage here. I believe we'll have an issue potentially with the shot clock here. Or are they going to keep it right where it is? Looks like they'll keep it right where it is. Thought maybe they'd put a second back on as before possession was gained by Blothrow on the sideline. Nonetheless, we're back to action. 16 on the clock. Minch. There's Peterson. Blothrow, deep 3. Back rim no good. And a rebound by Shields. Contest and then the long rebound.
Well, and that's one of those things that we've talked about. Obviously, you know, Platteville's going to give you threes. They want to take away that paint. Know what is a good 3, what is not a good 3.
Inside Kyle Tuma. Or Valders. Product. First 2 points for him. Flynn, nearly left it out for Shields. Another catch on a repost, and Flynn can't get it to go, going to that right hand in the middle of the paint. Oshkosh by 1, 2019. Here just under 10 left in the first half. Platteville coming off an 89-67 win. Oh, Stovall right there, but couldn't put it in. Caught between dunking and laying it in. Low throw, hesitation, driving. Oh my! Double clutching and going in off the glass. 4-point swing there.
And very much so, and we can see a lot of that, I think, throughout the night. Every possession is going to be very, very key in this whole, and who gets the win, who doesn't.
89-67 win. Flynn there to reject that one from Stovall.
The big fella yells, "Give me that!"
Low throw, 3, good. Just like that, 5-0 run, and the Titans leading by 6. Crowd comes alive here at Colf. Gunning and Shields. Left side, Stovall trying to get it into Tuma. Going to work on Borchert, flip it up, no good, and a rebound by Vlothrow. Minch. Peterson. Back to Minch, straight on, straight in.
Big time. And you knew Oshkosh was going to have to hit some threes there. They hit back-to-back threes, and that pushes that lead up to 9. Really good execution. And again, when you've got a big post presence to be able to get some outside shooting, now Platteville's in a situation. What do they want to give up?
8-0 run and a loose ball foul underneath. Looks like Borchert got hung up with Tuma. As Mahoney will return for the Titans. Justin Fox, Alex Rainey, and Justin Jarvensevu will return for Platteville. Titans sweeping the season series in the regular season last year between these two teams. Platteville making a deep run.
And you look at the spacing there by Platteville, though. You got two guys trying to post. You can kind of see where they're at. Obviously, they figured that out once the ball entered the post. But you always want to watch spacing on the offensive end. Platteville got away with one there.
And McCann muscling in for the layup for Platteville. That stops an 8-0 run by the Titans. Minch pull-up 3 is way deep and cleared by Fox.
Can I be honest? Don't love that 3. You feel like that was a little bit of a forced situation. I understand you have just seen the ball go through the rim, but you got to try to get some better looks in that one.
Tuma spinning baseline and reaching in is Eddie Minch. Out of Ripon via Rockhurst University on a transfer here to Oshkosh. And we have reached our second media timeout here in the first half. 7:15 left. Titans leading the Pioneers 28-21. Back with more after this.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or building your dream home, Fox helps make I love this place happen. Fox makes it easy to lock in low and go, so you can make I can have my own chickens happen. If you're a first-time homebuyer, Fox offers low closing costs and as little as 3% down, so you can make I can turn the music up as loud as I want happen. Apply today at foxcu.org. Fox Communities Credit Union. Make life happen.
28-21 Titans with the lead, under 8 to go here in the first half.
We talked about points.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, we talked about points in the paint. One of the big things there, Oshkosh is leading 12-8 as far as points in the paint. And a lot of it hasn't come from Jack Flynn. He's got 2 points. So where has it come from? It's been the drives. They've wanted to give up threes. But what they've gotten is they've gotten to the paint a couple of times, and that's why Oshkosh has a 7-point lead.
Tuma to the line, hits the first. Again, Platteville an 89-67 win on Saturday over UW-Stout. Home opener. Bull Ryan Court. That's a familiar.
Yeah, I had a good conversation with him 2 days ago already, but yeah.
Brian hosts radio show on 95.3, 99.1 The Score, and WHBY, but score-wise, 5 o'clock's on Tuesday. Baseline to baseline, talk with your former coach. Inside, Favorite able to scoop it up on the baseline. 13 on the shot clock. Catch and shoot, Favorite. Short, but Flynn there for the board, and a reach-in foul underneath. It'll be either Shields or Rainey. I believe they got Shields on the reach-in. That'll be his first, team's third. 20 on the shot clock, baseline inbounds for Oshkosh. Now Coach Gard trying to get that ball switched to Rainey instead of Shields.
He sure is.
On the inbounds, Favorite there on the left side. Well drawn up by Coach Lewis. 8-point lead for the Titans. Left side. Shields gets deep in the lane. Up and under. Can't get it to go. And it's cleared by the Titans. Shields already with 8 points tonight. Favorite on a baseline. Mahoney pull up three. A rebound cleared by Rainey.
And you look at it, one of those things that it's a situation where they really have to do a better job trying to get to some of those paint touches. There we get some of those paint touches.
Inside, Stovall can't handle it on the baseline. Been a tough early night for Stovall here this evening for Platteville. Mahoney, kick it out, Favorite. 7 points for him, make it 9 on the drive.
And right there you go. They don't settle, they get to the rim. I'm fine with threes. I understand that's what Platteville wants to give. You're going to take some of those, you're going to shoot the ball, I get that. But if after a couple, you'll make that adjustment, get to the rim, try to get some things going.
Shields inside, contact, and Minch on the baseline as Platteville will luck out there. A little bit of contact inside. Shields just a wry smile.
Yeah. I don't think that's the first time that Shields feels like he's gotten beat up a little bit as a 5'9", 170 pounds. I think he's dealt with it once or twice, but
17 fouls between both teams here. And relatively clean so far. 3 total turnovers, 2 by Oshkosh and 2 by Platteville. Corner three, big one for Blake McCann.
And one of those you cannot do. You know, when you look at the scouting report, the thing it says is shooter about Blake McCann. He's shooting 43% from three. So that's a guy that you need to make sure you close out on.
Minch spinning baseline, able to get it go. Tough shot. Minch gets the roll. And it's back up to a 9-point lead. For the Titans. McCann, left side, here's Kyle Tuma. Stovall, 6'7" junior. Good look at a three. Left it short. Did McCann. Couldn't make it 2 in a row. Favorite. Peterson. Guarded by Shields. Gets to the baseline and a block.
And that's
foul.
Shields' second now. And that's where Coach Gard was trying to fight to get his foul on someone else.
Call went the other way early on a play very similar to that on Volkner.
You're going to see Shields stay here with 4:25. You obviously, Coach Gard trusts him and has been put in that situation enough where he's earned his trust.
Favorite squeezes off a 3 and knocks it home. Adam Favorite, game high 12 here in the first half after 2 on Saturday. Think he was itching to get back out tonight?
Yeah, right. It's one of those things where you look at what Oshkosh has done. They're shooting 33% from the three-point line, right on their season average.
Step back jumper, short by Shields. Fravert into the front court. Shields playing with 2 fouls here. We'll see how long Coach Gard wants to gamble. And another foul away from the ball, or Stovall shoving the back. That'll be the 6th team foul on Platteville. And we have another timeout on the floor. 3:49 left in the first. Titans have opened up a 12-point lead here at home against Platteville. Stick around, more hoops here on thescorewi.com.
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here. Learn here. Develop here. Live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
Oh, emojis. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
(37-25) Titans leading the Pioneers of Platteville here tonight. Game 2 in WIAC play on the men's side. Take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule as we shift over to the women's side on Saturday. UW Stout in town. There's your men's schedule. But our broadcast schedule was women's against UW Stout on Saturday. Looking forward to that. 3 o'clock tip. Titans with possession here out of the timeout. Peterson, a look at a 3 left side. We'll leave it short, and yeah, Flynn's jersey, you can see being held behind. That's an easy one.
Yeah, and the foul's there on Justin Fox. And again, it is. You look at it, though, it's Oshkosh is doing a good job of just continuing to stay consistent with their approach.
6th team foul on Platteville. Fravert
good
goes
clear
right
out
by Tuma, who gets caught up with Fravert.
And that's where you just get Fravert is able to get the catch, and he's able to rip. And what happens is you had another post player on the other elbow. As soon as he clears out to the dunker spot, which is right down baseline area, that whole paint was wide open. Dribbles with his left hand, attacks it. Really, really good play, really good execution, more than anything, by Oshkosh.
Fravert to the line, hits the first. On the year, the leading free throw shooter, percentage-wise, at 76 coming into this one, hits both. And it's a 14-point lead for the Titans. We're also now in the bonus for the final 3:32. So far, here in the 2019-2020 season, Titans have been phenomenal in first half of play. I know it's very early, we're 2 games into the season, but they've been awfully good here to start conference play. A little hesitation. Volkner had it rejected from behind, and we'll have a reach in on Mahoney on the baseline. So Platteville will have possession on the baseline.
Well, you talk about what Oshkosh has done, but we haven't talked nearly enough about it. Is on the defensive end, they're holding Platteville to 25 points, a team that's averaging almost 81 points a game, 88.1 or 80.8, excuse me. It's a situation where really they've locked in defensively, and they've protected the rim fairly well. As I say that, they give up a layup, but
Volkner, another crack at it, gets that one to go on the reversal. It stops a 4-point burst by the Titans. Back down to 12. And a hold on a cut. Eddie Minch tangled up with Alex, check that, Blake McCann. So that will send Eddie Minch to the free throw stripe. Whistles tightening up a little bit here.
I was just going to say that they are a little bit, but McCann didn't help his cause at that foul. I'm going to say this is crazy out there, but when you jump to the ball, you're usually in really good position. When you watch the ball, you're not. And McCain sat there and watched, and as soon as Mitch cut, he was already behind him.
And if you jump, in that case, you jump too late.
Well, it's not even jump, but you were late, right?
Yeah.
You're watching. At that point, you haven't done your job, right? Because the ball's on the other side of the floor. You've got to already be, split that floor in half.
It's that anticipation that sometimes you just can't coach.
Well, no, you can coach it. No, you can coach it because you have to. And that's the thing that for me was so important was positionally defense, right? Coach Ryan when we talked with him about it, he goes, "No, you became a pretty good defender," which I was kind of shocked he said that. But when he talked about it, it is you know where you need to be at. I was never quick, athletic, all those sorts of things, but I was a pretty good position defender, and that's because I knew when the ball was here, I needed to be here. When the ball was here, you need to be here, and that was 100% coach.
But the anticipation got better throughout your career, correct? You were able to anticipate better.
Well, I knew I needed to if I wanted to play.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it was one of those things, but it was all because it was coached.
Offensive foul as Flynn clears the way as Fox hits the floor. That'll be Flynn's first, team's sixth, as Willman will check back into the ball game for the Titans. Flynn will take a seat. Titans up by 14. Coming up on 2 minutes left. Volkner, baseline spinning, gets deep again, flipped it up too strong, ball tapped up, catches it on the floor, shot up no good again, and Volkner traps it once again. 3 chances here for Platteville. Ooh, and a travel, yep. Caught it and went too quick, did Fox.
Well, and when you look at what Volker's got to do, he's got to be the scorer out here. He's got to be the guy that's going to give you a little bit something, because Shields on the bench with 2 fouls. Volker's averaging 13.3. He's got to be the guy to bridge this. This is a big 2 minutes. Oshkosh has an opportunity here to build this to 18, 20 points with some possessions. Otherwise, Platteville can bring this back down to 8 points.
Quentin Shields currently on the bench for Platteville as well. Keep an eye on that. 2 fouls for him here in the first half. Mahoney flips it. Fravert, another 3, left it short. Long rebound. Tracked down by Mahoney. No look underneath. Low throw there. Contact comes. And that foul will go on Volkner. He'll head to the stripe. Low throw hits the first. Got a new Franken, the senior. 6'3", 205. Gets the second, 43-27. Levi Borchert will replace David Vlothrow. Thought they were going to roll with 6 there for a little bit.
If the rest would have let them, they would have gone for it. Here's a piece of coaching, though. You look at Coach Matt Lewis, he knows what play they're going to run. He's talked to all players here. There's no reason they should not have this executed.
There's Tuma. McCann gets deep, gets in, can't flip it up. Got into an awkward spot, and a rebound cleared here for Oshkosh. 16 the lead. Back rim too strong on the 3 from Mitch. Mahoney, another track down rebound. He'll fire off a 3, back rim no good.
And that was 2 50-50 balls the last 2 possessions that were won by Oshkosh with that 16-point lead. Platteville very lucky that lead wasn't 18 as we speak.
Now, loose ball foul. This will send Platteville to the line. Brian Willman, the guilty party, his first. Team 7th, bonus free throws here for Justin Fox, junior out of Emmington, Illinois.
First one goes for Fox. Well, 14 minutes a game, 4.5 points per contest for Justin Fox as he hits both from the stripe. Titans leading by 14, under a minute here left in the first half. Oshkosh coming off a 16-point win here on Saturday against La Crosse to open up conference play. Borchard, a handoff to Mahoney. Gets a ball screen. Mahoney gets to the baseline, and right there to reject it was Rainey. Junior out of Lake Mills into the front court. McCann on an entry. Tuma on the baseline. This will be a tough matchup for Mahoney. Tuma works inside, knocked away once, a reach in, yep, and they're going to get Fravert over the arm of Kyle Tuma. So that will send the sophomore back to the stripe. Tuma tonight, 1 for 2 from the line. He's got 3 points. As Vlothrow back into the ball game, he'll replace Adam Fravert. Picks up his first foul. Bonus situation here for Tuma. Again, out of Valders. Gets the first to go. Platteville at 33% from the floor, 10 for 30 here with 22.5 left in the first half. Tuma gets both though from the line. And cuts it down to 12.
Yeah, overall, very good, clean game so far. 3 turnovers apiece. Both teams are taking care of the ball. When you look at the difference here, I mean, a 12-point difference, where does it come from? I think the second chance points, you've seen the offensive rebounds there. Oshkosh is 11-5. And then obviously points in the paint, 18-10.
So shot clock should have went dark after the made free throw. It was 22.5 when Tuma was at the line making the second.
Yep.
So the shot clock dark. Titans can hold for the final one here, up 12. Coming up on 10 seconds left. Mahoney. Guarded by Rainey. Ooh, Rainey gets a hand on it and a turnover. Mahoney. Lead pass up ahead. McCann dunks it home with 2 hands. Look out as Platteville finishes the first half with a little bit of momentum and a flush.
With a little bit of momentum, a lot of bit of momentum, BJ.
Where did that come from?
We talked about those 2 minutes. It was 16. It could have gone, or it was 14, excuse me. Could have gone to 18, could have gone to 20. Instead, it's back down to 10. Platteville goes to the locker room feeling very, very good. I just said how clean of a game it was, but there was a turnover, and it was a key turnover because now Platteville goes in feeling confident about themselves, and Oshkosh walks in kind of thinking, what did we just give them?
McCann with the flush on the delivery from Rainey, who took it away, and nice pass up ahead. So just like that, Platteville cuts it to 10 at the half. Kind of similar to what we saw on Saturday, where La Crosse was able to at least tighten it up before the half. And I'm sure Coach Lewis is not going to be happy with back-to-back ends to a half where you played so well, but the final 2-3 minutes, not the cleanest for the Titans.
Yeah, I think you said it best there. When you look at it, obviously they did what they needed to do. The bench was playing well. Points in the paint were doing well. But, again, being able to end it the right way, that turnover is costly. And I'm not trying to put too much emphasis on one play there, but when you give that up heading into the locker room, it changes the way you feel because otherwise you would have held Platteville and they would have been going to the locker room thinking, all right, we got our hands full. I don't know what to do. We're down 12. We're going to try to make these adjustments. But now they go in there feeling pretty good about themselves, and that's the dangerous thing. Anytime you give confidence to a team heading into halftime, you're going to have your hands full now. And that's all it is. You decided it was going to tighten up.
Body of work, though. You've got a 10-point lead if you're Oshkosh. Got to be happy about that. And you put up 43 against a pretty darn good defensive team in Platteville.
Yeah, no, and that's what it is. You had them held up. You held them to 33 points. You did a really good job. You put up your 43. I thought overall Oshkosh did a good job of making sure they were doing some good things. My only thing, like I said, I mean, they've taken 17 threes. Do I like that number? They're shooting 29%. I'd like to still try to pound it inside, make them guard that much more. I think they've settled a little bit for some outside shots. I know they're more than capable of making those, but sometimes you get a little happy because you are so open. Well, again, I say this, but there's a reason you're open.
Titans on top of Platteville at the half, 43-33. We'll step aside a couple of minutes and show you some of the festivities here at the half. Brian and I will be back in a bit with some first half stats and analysis. But again, at the half, Titans with a 43-33 lead over UW-Platteville. We'll take a break after this. You're watching UW-Oshkosh basketball.
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here. Learn here. Develop here. Live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
The WIAA, in conjunction with the Green Bay Packers, is determined to preserve the excitement of Friday nights on high school football fields across the state of Wisconsin. Contrary to how some reports misrepresent the data available, the risk of serious injury in high school football is less than it has ever been. With better teaching, better rules, and better equipment, the Green Bay Packers and the WIAA encourage participation in the nation's most popular sport because it's fun, it's educational, and it's safer than ever.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Jane!
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
43-33 the lead for the Titans at the half here at Gulf Sports Center over the visiting 9th-ranked UW-Platteville Pioneers. BJ DeGroat, former Wisconsin Badger Brian Butch with you this evening. Here courtside at Gulf Sports Center on a midweek Wednesday night in northeast Wisconsin. Awfully chilly, but the weather will warm up. I don't know if it can warm up as much as the Titans play in the first halves of conference play this year. They've looked awfully good, Brian.
Well, they have. They've done a great job of moving the basketball, playing together. It's been different guys stepping up. Tonight it's Fravert and what he's done. Really got off to a good start. Again, the only thing that I'll say is when you look at what this Oshkosh team does, 17 threes early on here. Love for you to kind of continue to attack. I don't want to say it's settling because I think a lot of them have been good threes. I think of the threes, maybe 3 to 4 of them have kind of been somewhat questionable. But you're 5 of 17. Pound that ball inside. You've done a good job of getting the ball in the paint. You've done a good job of scoring in the paint. Now, different ways you can do that. But just don't settle. That's what Platteville's trying to give you.
Another big rebounding margin as well, at least after the first half of play. Titans out rebounding the Pioneers by 9 in the first half. We'll see if that continues. So it's a 10-point lead for Oshkosh as we start the second half here from Gulf Sports Center. Quentin Shields, couple of fouls in the first half, did have 8 points to lead the way for Platteville. Stovall, Volker, excuse me.
And there's a situation, again, if you watch Platteville, swing offense, you see a post entry a lot of times when you look at that swing. Well, they're doing a great job of not sitting in that post too long. If they don't feel like they have the advantage, you're going to screen real quick.
First foul on the Titans here, fresh 20 for Platteville. Volker. Shields. Tuma into the corner. 5 on the clock. Volker lets it go, and it's tapped into the hands of Peterson.
Again, not the shot you wanted at the end of a shot clock situation there for Platteville. I know that's what you end up getting, but that's not what you want.
Peterson spinning up. Can't get it to go with the right hand. And a rebound tracked down by Vlothro. Near side, Mahoney. Here's a catch for Flynn. Quiet first half for Jack. Compared to last week against La Crosse. Gets deep, left it short though. And a rebound ripped away by Gunning. Shields. Left side, Gunning. Spartan out of Laconia High School. Volker a catch. She's done some work on that baseline. Gets deep in on Fravert. He left it short. Gets his own board. Oh, smooth move to go to the right side.
Well, it wasn't. Those are the tough ones. Obviously, defensively, you want to wall up. You know, the ball goes up, and then you got to try to get a body. Those are really tough to get, but Fravert needs to get that rebound.
Peterson. Entrance into Flynn. 16 on the clock. We'll see if the double comes here on the dribble. It doesn't. Couple of dribbles in, up and under. Oh, too strong for Flynn. Stop for the Pioneers. They've cut it to 8. Oh, inside. Beautiful delivery by Shields to Stovall.
I was going to say, we're going to have a timeout here by Oshkosh.
Well, looks like
very
Coach
surprised.
Lewis.
No, a little different. I apologize. Yeah.
We'd love to get
roll
to that first
replace
meeting.
action.
Mahoney left it short. Flynn there, big offensive board. Muscles it up. That one's short. And Vlothro, ooh, at the end, rips it away. Stovall banged his head.
He sure did.
On the floor awfully hard. Shields not happy with it, having a conversation with the officials. Coach Guard as well. As the officials talking with us prior to this one may take a peek. I know they asked us if we could rewind some things here on the video side, but they won't. It will go as a common foul. This is a little stuff afterwards.
Oh, yeah, you can't go to it if you don't have it in most games.
Right?
Yeah, that's all I got to say on that whole thing. You're not gonna, hey, can we rewind it and take a look? You don't have it in most games. You can't use it in some, but not all. This is a big possession defensively for Oshkosh. You need to get a stop.
Cut it to 6. Gunnick at 3. Got it. Just like that, 7-0 out of the gates.
Here's your timeout.
And 30-second timeout coming for Matt Lewis and the Titans. It is a 30. So we will keep it here.
I've been impressed with what Stovall's done on Jack Flynn. He's used his length, right? He's been the low man between him and Jack. So when you look at those post-ups, those last couple of possessions, Stovall's been the lower man. Now Jack's bigger, and he's got to take his time and finish a couple of them rimmed out on the big fella there. But Stovall's done a good job of using that length.
1 for 6 so far in the evening for Jack Flynn. Does have 8 boards, so obviously staying active on the boards. But the Titans' 10-point lead here, cut to 2. Cut to 3, excuse me. So it's a 7-0 run out of the gates here to start the second half for Platteville. Kind of what you were worried about, Brian, with the way that things ended in the first half on the McCann dunk by Platteville and that momentum. Obviously coming out of the locker room. Sure.
I mean, you look at it, it's been pretty Platteville heavy.
Here's Fravert. Good first half for him. He spins, can't get it to go. Tapped up and into the hand. Stovall able to clear for the Pioneers. Good to see him back on the floor. Volker driving. Got it up as Fravert may have gotten a piece of it. They go to the baseline. We'll go 4-on-4. Peterson. We'll give to Mahoney. Same starting 5 both ways on the floor. Fravert catch and shoot 3. That's off the left. Stovall clears for Platteville. Volume of 3s have stood out here.
Very much so. Very much so. You know, it's a situation, even though you've missed a couple of bunnies down low, you've got to continue to work it.
To tie it, and he does. 10-0 run out of the gates here in the second half, and we're back to level, 43 apiece. Mahoney gets in on Shields, and offensive foul. We saw that same call, though, in the first half.
We did.
So Mahoney hit with the offensive foul, and we are under 16. Our first media timeout here in the second half. We'll take a break. Back to level, Platteville and Oshkosh. This is Titan basketball.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or building your dream home, Fox helps make I love this place happen. Fox makes it easy to lock in low and go, so you can make I can have my own chickens happen. If you're a first-time homebuyer, Fox offers low closing costs and as little as 3% down, so you can make I can turn the music up as loud as I want happen. Apply today at foxcu.org. Fox Communities Credit Union. Make life happen.
.43 apiece. We're tied with 15:59 left in the second half. BJ DeGroat alongside former Wisconsin Badger Brian Butch for WIAC. Men's basketball action this evening. 9th-ranked Pioneers in here to call second straight ranked opponent that the Titans will see to open up conference play. Or are currently seeing, I should say. 10-point lead at the half has been erased in less than 4 minutes by the Pioneers. Stovall back to Quentin Shields. Driving in on Flynn, got it to go. Oh no, followed is too strong by Tuma.
Well, they wanted the mismatch. They had Shields on Flynn, and Shields just missed the layup.
Minch into the ball game for the Titans during that last dead ball. Here's Mahoney, 21 points in the conference opener as a freshman against La Crosse. Minch's 3 is off the mark to the left, and a loose ball foul going to go on. Who here? We're going to have a hook and hold. This Just the hook and hold, Brian?
Well, I think that's what they're talking about right now, but I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. I think that's the conversation that's being had.
15-19 left. Play stopped. 43 apiece. So it will be.
There's a double foul call. One on the Titans, number 44.
Looks like we got a double foul. Hopefully the officials are going to come over here and explain it to us. Brian, if you want to get a piece of that, maybe not. Nope. So Titans will have possession. Didn't see who the foul goes on for Platteville. But Flynn picks up his second. Titans will have possession. Mahoney, catch, shoot three. Left it short. And Volker clears for Platteville. Tuma. Rainey into the ball game for Platteville as well. Left side, Volker gets by Fravert and gets it to go. Platteville
and
with their first lead
defensively,
here tonight.
Oshkosh needs to be shifted over sooner. Right there, that's way too late for that help side to be there.
First lead here, 45-43, and blocking foul will go on McCann. He had the dunk at the end of the first half. Levi Borchard into the ball game for the Titans. So 12-0, the run out of the gates here for Platteville. Oshkosh has now gone 5:31 scoreless to start here the second half. Minch on the baseline, gets in, left hand is good. There it is, first points of the second half, a left-handed layup by Eddie Minch. And we're knotted back at 45. Nearly 5.5 minutes scoreless to start the second half. That will help to erase a 10-point lead.
Well, it will, right?
That's right back at you.
But that paint area has somewhat become the Red Sea here for Oshkosh. Defensively, you got to tighten that in.
Carter Volker with 11 now for Platteville. Borchert, Peterson a long three, left it short, and the ball tracked down by Justin Fox. Volker, the hot hand here in the second half. Gets in on Fravert. Up, flipped it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, flips it up and in.
Well, and it's now it's a little bit of the energy that you see the momentum, you see what they're trying to get, and you know, I mean, it's one of those where
Minch, step back three, can't get it to go. Yet another three for the Titans.
And we've talked about it. They make 9, almost 10 a game. They take 27 a game. So the numbers aren't different, but I just would like to see if they're not dropping, you got to get some momentum somewhere.
Tuma, deep catch, double team comes, tapped out and into the hands of Peterson.
If you're Oshkosh, you can always get the three. You've got to probe a little bit more. You've got to be a little bit more active. You can't settle.
Ooh, into the seats courtside goes Kyle Tuma. Everybody okay here to our left. And a timeout on the floor. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. But will be extended to a media, so we'll actually step aside. 49-45, 4-point lead for the Pioneers here on the road at Culf. We step aside, back in a minute.
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here. Learn here. Develop here. Live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
Oh, emojis. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Zane!
Eric Peterson, a bucket out of the timeout. 49-47, the lead cut to 2 for Platteville. As we went to break, they changed the full timeout to a 30, so we do apologize for that. BJ DeGroat, Brian Butch with you back at Gulf Sports Center. Quentin Shields.
And that's better defense there by, I say it, and then all of a sudden that last second, that paint still opens up. You got to be able to clog those situations. We did talk to the referees about the double foul. They were looking for a hook and hold. Each official had something, a different call on each guy. That's why they went with the double foul. And with the ability to, without the ability to review it, I think the double foul was the correct call in that situation.
So Minch gets beat, but able to catch it. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Shields, the jumper at the buzzer, comes up empty, and Borchard clears for the Titans. Oshkosh an opportunity here to jump back ahead. A 3 will do it. A 2 will tie this one up. Inside, Borchard lost it, but a whistle here near side.
But it's amazing when you get the ball in the post, what happens. Good things, you get fouls. You know, when you just continue to go 3 after 3 after 3, especially when you're not making them, it sets up for a tough situation there. You get the ball in the post, you get a foul. You got, it's a situation where it's only Platteville's second foul. If you get to the post a little bit more, maybe you get to the bonus earlier. I know, if you're Oshkosh, your free throw line hasn't been great to you so far this year, but you're giving yourself better options. Again, I know you take about 27 of them a game. You make about 10 of them a game. So it's not like you're going to stop shooting threes, but it's the situation of when it's coming from.
We say that from the free throw line tonight, and they're 8 for 8 from the stripe are the Titans. Oh, good recovery inside by Jarvin Sivu for Platteville. Volker. Jarvin Sivu left side. They'll swing it near side here to Shields. 2-point lead for the Pioneers. Trailed by 10 at the half. Stovall. Volker, he's had the hot hand here in the second half. Pump fake, driving. Jarvin Sivu gets it to go.
Good finish, but I'll tell you this, better no call there by the officials. There was no reason to call one there. Just good contact, and they fought through it.
Love the alliteration with Justin Jarvin Sivu. Inside, here's Flynn, a catch. Spinning, gets by Stovall and knocked out of bounds. Got a piece of the ball there from Flynn, who had a half a step.
Well, that's a situation where Jack, he wants to get to that left hand, to that right hand jump hook. He counters it. That's where the development, kind of little left hand jump hook come back, or even that up and under to know, to get back to it. I call it 3-point pivot, where he can get back to that, but just using a fake.
Interesting matchup, too, and contrast the body types. Here's Fravor to 3. Got it to go. Big bucket.
And what was
by
the difference
Fravor
with that 3 to what we've seen? It was a post touch to a kick up. All right, that's the difference that I'm talking about.
Two things that stand out doing games with you: ball reversals and paint touches. All lead to good things.
And they do, right? You look at getting multiple sides of the floor. Those are huge things. But it's just different. Anyone can come down and jack threes.
Volker rejected at the rim by Fravor.
Better there by Oshkosh. They're doing a better job of protecting the rim. Last couple of possessions early on.
Pull up
they
3.
Did.
Short, and it lands into the hands of Levi Borchard. A little bit of a heat check there from Fravor, and Stovall with a push inside. Looks like he knew it right away. That'll be his third. So Justin Fox will return. Peterson will take a seat for the Titans as well. Baseline inbounds for Oshkosh coming up here. Will Mahoney back in for the Titans. Minch on the baseline. Spinning, will fade, and gets the friendly bounce here at Gulf, and the Titans back in front, 52-51. Their first lead since the 17-12 mark here in the second half, and it doesn't last long as Gunning.
Lack of communication. There was a cross screen down by Borchard and Minch. Those two did not communicate. Borchard had to switch out late to the shooter there, got out late to him, and because of that, though, you had a wide open 3. Now you've got the charge here. That's a big swing.
with the offensive foul. That is the definition of the 50-50 call right there, the block charge.
Yeah.
And it goes against Adam Fravert in this case. That'll be his third, so Fravert will have to take a seat. He's got a game-high 17, but just picked up his third foul. We'll see how long Coach Lewis decides to sit his preseason All-American. 9:31 left here in the second half. Keep in mind we're due a media break at the under 8-minute timeout as well. Fox, Tuma back in the ballgame for Platteville. Here's Rainey. Rainey will stick with it on the left side, an entrance into Kyle Tuma. Good looking sophomore, and a blocking foul inside on Will Mahoney. We'll have a baseline inbounds. I think Coach Gard looking for the continuation on it as well. It will not be the case as that call was on the floor.
Yeah, no, it should have been.
Mahoney hit the deck a little too quickly.
We got a little raucous crowd both ways. I like it. You know what? I'll say this. I think Will probably had the charge, but I think he oversold it, if you know what I mean. Like, the flop wasn't granted as much as what the contact was. And when you do that, BJ, it's tough.
Volker's going to have to hurry here. Forces up a three, back rim, no good. And a rebound cleared by Borcher, but turns it over. Volker, and back into the hands of Minch. A lot going on there at the end of that possession. Mahoney gets into the paint, lost it, tracked down by Flynn. A lot going on here in this one as we go back and forth, and Flynn throws it right in the hands of Volker, who, not surprised here, the senior, walks it up over the timeline.
Well, and that's the smart decision there. You just, if you're either team, whoever would have got the ball, you just needed to slow it down.
And a loose ball foul. Minch will pick it up on the back of Blake McCann. That'll be the seventh.
That's the official trying to bring it back. It's getting a little physical. I personally, I'm not a huge a fan of that call. It's a cutter. You've had a lot of contact both ways. That's a tough one.
Seventh team foul on the Titans, so we're bonus the rest of the way.
I get it because you got to slow it down because where it was going. But again, this is what we were talking about. When you settle for outside shots versus being the aggressor and being the attacker, one you benefit from, the other one you don't. Platteville's been that. They're at the bonus with 8:17 left. Oshkosh still has a couple of fouls that they need to have to get to that free throw line. So we'll see how they respond. Listen, they're champions.
McCann hits both. 56-52, 4-point lead for Platteville. Not surprised to hear you don't have much love for cutters.
But there's an aggressive attack that gets a foul, and you don't settle for a three. And again, I know Oshkosh wants to shoot three. I get that. But it's where they come from, how they come. Here, I think, they're realizing, okay, we need to do something a little different.
Flynn wanted
thought they missed a foul there, yeah. I do. Thought it got on the big fella's arm, but you play on.
Here's Fox. Tuma thought about it there. Gunning back into the game. Here's Rainey, gets inside. Oh, to a cutting Volker, up and under. Smooth move by the senior. Up to a 6-point lead here for Platteville. Their largest tonight.
Yeah, they're largest, and you see who's back in the game. That's Fravert. You got your answer how long he was going to be out. And I agree with Coach Lewis here. A really good call getting him back in the game. You know what you expect from him. Let's see what the answer is for the senior.
Mahoney a three, and Flynn held on the rebound attempt by Fox, and we have hit the under 8 media timeout. 58-52, Platteville with a 6-point lead here on the road. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching UW-Oshkosh basketball.
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here. Learn here. Develop here. Live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
Oh, emojis. I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you. She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand.
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, Zane!
(58-52) the lead for Platteville. They've erased a 10-point deficit at the half to open up a 6-point lead. It was a over 5.5 scoring drought to start the second half for the Titans offensively. As we welcome you back to Golf Sports Center, BJ DeGroat, Brian Butch with you this evening. Second game here in the 2019-2020 season on the men's side in the WIAC. Titans with possession here out of the break. Levi Borchert trying to get it to Fravert on a curl. On a roll, Borchert flips it up and in. How did he get that one to go?
Well, and that's a great response. UW-Platteville went on an 18-hole run over there, and you know, you see responses here from Oshkosh. Not many teams can overcome an 18-0 run, but this Oshkosh team is 4 points away from doing that. So again, it's got to be on the defensive end, though.
Shields scoreless here in the second half. He'll
That's
get it to go.
not going to get it done.
Shields gets the bucket, and it's back up to that 6-point lead.
That paint has to be touched. There's got to be clogs there. There's got to be bodies there.
Fravert got there, but left it short with the right hand, and it's cleared away.
Transition defense.
Rainey up ahead. McCann overlaid it.
Should try to dunk it like he did at the end of the first half.
That was Gunnick, excuse me, as Mahoney tripped up and fouled as he tried to take it to the hoop on the right side. That was Gunnick who left it short. My apologies. So 6-point lead here. Clock stop with 6:13. Both teams now in the bonus for the rest of this one tonight.
So here's my question. Crunch time, you're down 6. What have we seen from this Oshkosh team?
Well,
they've been the aggressor.
A couple of trips
right
into the lane, getting those paint touches.
And now where are they?
They're at the stripe.
Right, so they were
perfect tonight, by the way.
They were 4 fouls from getting the bonus. They got down and they realized, hey, listen, we need to change what we were doing. That's exactly what they've done. You know, now with Mahoney's free throw here, they're down 4.
So again, it was a 10-point lead at the half for the Titans. Now it's a 4-point deficit. Got to get a stop here for Oshkosh. 60-56, under 6 to go. Gunnick, shot, got it to go.
And there's a situation where, again, it was just a ball screen. Tried to get over it. They didn't. It had to be a late switch, but the late switch gave just enough room for Platteville to raise up.
Drew Gunnick.
Gunnick, excuse me, yes.
Out of Laconia. Titans with 15 on the clock. Here's Peterson. Ball screen to his right. Can't shake Jarvin Sivu. Flow throw halfway down, and it's spit it out. Platteville 6-point lead and possession. Shields gives right side. Here's Gunnick. Volker on flow throw inside. Deep catch. Gunnick up with the left hand. Back-to-back buckets by Drew Gunnick, and it's now an 8-point lead for Platteville. Into danger territory here for the Titans. Fravert underneath, shoveled it to Borchert. Back out to Peterson. Peterson working in on Gunnick. Spins the sophomore up with the right hand. Big bucket. Eric Peterson inside for the Titans.
Good,
and
good,
a quick timeout.
Yeah, good bucket, good timeout too.
For head coach Matt Lewis. We'll see whether it's a 30 or full. It is a full, so we'll take it as well. 64-58. Titans trailing by 6 here on the Score WI.com.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
Fox Communities Credit Union.
Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or building your dream home, Fox helps make I love this place happen. Fox makes it easy to lock in low and go, so you can make I can have my own chickens happen. If you're a first-time homebuyer, Fox offers low closing costs and as little as 3% down, so you can make I can turn the music up as loud as I want happen. Apply today at foxcu.org. Fox Communities Credit Union. Make life happen.
64-58, Platteville on top of Oshkosh here at Cole Sports Center. BJ DeGroat alongside former Wisconsin Badger Brian Butch for WIAC men's basketball action tonight. Titans looking to make it perfect 2-0. Both of these teams looking to move to 2-0 early in WIAC play here in 2019-2020. Titans find themselves in a hole here, down 6 with less than 5 to go.
They find themselves in a hole, but they've got to defend. Make sure that you take care of those elbows and blocks. Don't let the parting of the Red Sea happen.
Here's Gunning. Quentin Shields with it now. Volker catch and shoot 3, in and out, and a rebound by Flynn, who skies high for that one.
That's good defense by Oshkosh. Bodies were there. If that shot would have went in, it would have been a tough shot. You can live with that.
Minch, left side, Fravert. Here's a touch for Flynn. Guarded by Stovall. One-handed pass back out to Minch and threw it, but it looked like Stovall got knocked in the face. Boy, whether it's been a hit on the head, caught in the eye there, but he's back on his feet. Under 4 to go, still that 6-point lead for Platteville. Shields. Been relatively quiet here. Stovall catch and shoot 3. That one's no good, and a rebound cleared by Peterson. Numbers here if Oshkosh wants to go.
I was just going to say, that's where Oshkosh should look to push it.
Peterson, sophomore, gets in, kicks it out, low throw. Here's a touch for Flynn. Back out to Fravert, back to Flynn, and a reach in on Kyle Tuma. He doesn't like it, but that will send Jack Flynn to the free throw stripe.
It's a situation where you go and double that post. Anytime you reach down, you're giving them a reason to call. Turn the angle of your hand, reach up. Because if it reaches up, chances are if the ball comes up and you get it clean, that's an obvious call.
It's tough to do.
But it's something that's drilled.
Sure.
Listen, I've done it enough with Bo Ron and Greg Gard. I know Jeff Gard's teaching the same thing.
Some scores from around the conference. Action in the second half. River Falls on top of La Crosse 68-67. That one late in the second. This one tapped out of bounds, and I think last touch by Fravert, and it'll go the other way. So Flynn spits a pair. It's a 5-point lead for Platteville. Stevens Point 61-52 on top of Whitewater with under 2 to go. And Stout an early 8-2 lead over UW-Eau Claire.
How about this number, 16 points? That's how many points Oshkosh has in the second half. You want to talk about where this second half lead has changed. It's been on the defensive end for Platteville, and then you look at it there for Oshkosh. It's been that parting of the Red Sea. I hate going back to it, PJ, but they've gotten to that area way too much here in this second half. They've been the more aggressive team. They've attacked. And I talk about elbows and blocks. It sounds very, very simple, but you got to have guys on those spots because it deters the drive. And that situation at night, we haven't seen a lot of that from Oshkosh. And you can't tell me that just because they've missed some threes that you can't play defense. You got to bring that every time. There's a reason they won a national championship.
Volker 69% at the line. Hits 1 of 2. It's back up to a 6-point lead, 65-59. 30-second timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back in 30. This is Titan basketball.
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here. Learn here. Develop here. Live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
(65-59) Platteville with a 6-point lead here. 3:13 left in the fourth. Check on the Titan women tonight on the road at Platteville. They trail it, as we'll get you an update on that one. Here's Mahoney, gets in deep, and Shields tried to save it out of bounds, and it'll stay on this end. Coach Guard looking for and we'll stop clock. Yeah, I think he may have a argument here.
And he should have, but the ball should have been inbounds.
So they will go back
to 20,
yep.
Yes. And then the clock, the game clock should go back to where it was at as well.
Misspoke on that women's basketball score. Titans with a 63-45 win final from Platteville. So the Titan women pick up a conference win at Platteville. But here, Titans looking to come back in this one. Flynn offensive board, a big one and a reach in. And that will send Flynn
That's
to the line.
That's a huge offensive rebound.
65-59, trailing right now, but looking to head to the line to cut this to a one-possession game. Rebounding Platteville by 8 currently, and that was offensive rebound number 15 on the night for the Titans.
Yeah.
Flynn with 10 boards, with just 3 points. 1 for 8 from the floor, 1 for 2 from the line, and gets the first.
That first one's obviously huge, and you look at what Jack's doing. He's shooting 57% from the free throw line, so to get that first one is really, really crucial.
65-60. Flynn's second is no good, and a rebound by Fravert. Step back 3. Yes, sir! 65-63 as Adam Fravert now with 20 tonight. 4-point possession for the Titans. Stovall, right wing, Shields. Volker as Fravert gambles into the corner. Gunnick can answer back. Oh my.
And you can't gamble. I like the aggressiveness, but you can't do it at that situation. Just be solid.
2:14. Here's Mahoney behind the back. Flip it up, no good, but a foul coming on Shields. And he'll head to the stripe. Will Mahoney. Stones from a freshman.
And what number is that? That's number 5 on Shields.
Okay, so here's the situation with 2:11 left. Quentin Shields picks up his 5th foul. We'll have a quick meeting for substitutions here. You can start to feel the rivalry in this one, as these two teams have been awfully competitive.
And Mitch is trying to be in that timeout at time.
This is what WIAC basketball is all about. Almost flipped you over there. Sorry, partner. 2:11 left as Will Mahoney will head to the line. As Mahoney gets the first. We mentioned the struggles from the line coming into this one as a team for the Titans at just 61.5. They are now 12 for 14 from the stripe. As Mahoney hits both. Back to a 3-point game. 1 possession, 2:10, and rolling here at Colf. Peterson, Fravert, Mahoney, Flynn, and Minch, the 5 on the floor for the Titans. Stovall, Volker, Gunnick, and McCann just replaced Shields. Volker, pull up 3, cold-blooded, my goodness.
And that's where Oshkosh,
Volker.
They switched, right? They switched that action, and you try to stay solid on that action. When you switch it, you got the advantage. Volker has that advantage. He takes advantage. That's a big big time three. My goodness.
Full timeout, under 2 to go in this one. We'll take it as well. Back in a minute. This is UW-Oshkosh basketball.
UW-Oshkosh Athletics. Champions train here. Learn here. Develop here. Live here. Champions win here. Titans are champions.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
71-65, 6-point lead for the Platteville Pioneers here at home against UW-Oshkosh Titans, I should say, here at Call Sports Center, home of the Titans.
And you've
BJ DeGroat alongside Brian Butch with you tonight.
You've got more than enough time to continue to run your offense, get good look for, get a quick basket, but just be patient. You're fine. Run a good set.
Oh, a turnover.
Don't do that.
And stepping on the sideline was Tuma, where the Titans lucking out there, nearly turning it over at a crucial spot in this one. And the shot clock resetting to 20. I believe they'll go down a few seconds in this one, as I don't think Tuma had possession. So it's at 20 right now. And maybe in a slight adjustment to the clock. I didn't see any changes, so we're back to action nonetheless. 71-65. Mahoney down the left side, flip it up, no good, tapped up, a rebound, Mahoney gets it himself, flip it up and in! Oh my goodness, Will Mahoney.
Really good response there by Mahoney.
10 for him tonight. He'll try to make it 11 and cut this to a 3-point game. My goodness. And he has hit 3 in a row from the stripe.
That's where you're able to run your offense. You're able to get a good bucket. You get an and one. It's a 3-point game. You've got to defend on this end now if you're Oshkosh.
A couple of cold-blooded threes from Platteville last few possessions.
Don't switch unnecessarily.
Volker guarded by Peterson. There's a switch. Gunnick gets by to the rim, and Fravor got a piece of it, but Gunnick got it to go. 5-point game, 73-68. Mahoney pull up 3 in transition. Back rim no good. Minch went for it, but it's into the hands of Volker. Into the front court. Numbers, and Volker will take it out as we're under a minute. Minch. Volker gives way to McCann. Back to Volker. 17 in the second half for Carter Volker. And a timeout coming for head coach Jeff Gard. And the Pioneers down by 5 with 15 on the clock. Full timeout, we'll keep it here with 48.9 left. 73-68. Surprised that the Titans didn't fall right away?
No, I'm not surprised at that at all. I'm hesitant because Will Mahoney's played very, very well. Okay, but as a freshman, you've got an All-American. That's a quick 3 in transition. In a 5-point game, you got to get something. You can get to the rim, but that's really quick in transition. I would have liked to see the ball move a little bit more if I'm Oshkosh.
Maybe trying to piggyback off the 3-point play, feeling good.
Yeah, for sure. Right, and I'm not. I'm cautious about how I say that because as a young freshman, he's played great. Close games are times where execution and knowing when that time is to take advantage of a transition quick 3. 5-point game, more than enough time on the clock. I think if you get something either going to the basket, run some action. You've done a good job of running action and getting good shots the last couple of possessions down. Again, I feel like I've been harping on it a little bit tonight about the threes, but that to me just is one of those that you're going to look back upon and say, that's probably not the look we want. But I'm hesitant about it. Just as
7 for 29 from beyond the arc compared to 9 of 18 by Platteville. So 15 on the shot clock, 48.9 on the game clock. Nearly knocked away. And Volker has it. Again, 17 in the second half for Carter Volker. It's been phenomenal for Platteville. 4 on the clock, gonna have to hurry. Throws it up, and it is way off the mark and out of bounds with 33.7 left. You get the stop.
And as I was going to say, and as I was tough on Will Mahoney, I'm kind of come back and do the same thing, with Volker there. You got to get a better look.
Down by 5. Mahoney spinning. Shot up is good. Just like that. Right to the cup. A quick bucket. 27.5. And that's where I understand you're a little hesitant with the criticism on the quick 3. He gets you.
Where's the difference?
A much-needed bucket there.
But a much-needed bucket, but much better look as well.
Sure.
You're able to drive down. You get the defense to collapse. Now if you do that the first time and you score, it's a 3-point game. Now you do it again, maybe that defense collapse in, you get a kick out for a wide open 3, we might be sitting at a tied ball game. I hate playing the what-if game, but what I do like more than anything on that is the adjustment from the first shot to, okay, that probably wasn't good, and to now I'm going to attack. So most freshmen can't put it all together like that. The learning curve happened there in about 20 seconds. That's a good learning curve. I'm not the smartest one, but I know if I've learned anything in 20 seconds, I'm probably pretty smart. So I like the adjustment there by Mahoney to realize that transition 3, not so good. I better attack.
That says a little something about the make of this team. You have 2 preseason All-Americans, and it's your freshman here down the stretch that you go to in a spot. I know positionally with the point guard, ball in his hands, but what he's done is he's cut it to 3, cut it to a 1-possession game. Now you're going to have to foul. Now you're going to put the right guy on the stripe if you're the Titans. Platteville is a team from the stripe, 75.6%.
But if you're here, you don't need to foul right away. Trap, get a couple steals. You don't need to force this foul. See if Platteville has a turnover. You've got time here.
And that free throw shooting lineup on the floor for Platteville. Getting close to 5.
Let it get in. Get a trap. Get a trap. Right there's your trap.
Oh, and he gets
it.
Okay,
now you've got a foul.
Up ahead. And it's going to be Gunnick. That will head to the stripe. For Platteville, 87.5% coming into this one tonight.
And that's the situation, though. You did exactly. You executed that every way you wanted to execute that if you were Oshkosh.
18.5 left on the game clock. 73-70, the lead for Platteville. Gunning yet to get to the line tonight, so these are his first attempts, and he hits the first. We were still in the single bonus there. Oshkosh in the double. We'll be double the rest of the way for here and in regulation. And he missed it, 1 for 2. 4-point ball game. Mahoney, 14, behind his back, step back, 3, off the mark. Favorite there for the offensive board. Skips it out, Minch. Got to hurry here, 6 seconds. Peterson got to go. 2, that one's off the mark, and Platteville is going to come into Gulf Sports Center and get out of here with a win, 74-70, as just too much time taken off there at the end for the Titans.
4-point game. You can get 2 fouled. What happened there is they were all worried a little bit too much about getting the threes. Fravor gets that rebound, and he gets it at about 15, and that's the tough part. If he gets a little bit closer, he probably raises up. He tries to swing it. Too much time passing around, and when you're at the situation, that's just a tough place to be at. But that's one of those, you sit there, you watch it in film, you realize at this time, hey, with this amount of time left, we've got to attack here. We can take the 2. We can then foul again. The film session will be talked about on the defensive end a little bit, I think. But again, you can take that last 20-second possession there and really have some very, very good teaching points.
And really a story at 2 halves, and really the end of the first half that saw McCann dunk on a turnover where the Titans could have held for that final possession. It ends up getting turned over. So McCann throws it down. Platteville goes to the locker room trailing by 10, but with a ton of momentum. And then coming out of the half, the Titans scoreless for over 5.5 to start the second half. And that's where Platteville not only erased that 10-point deficit, they ended up opening up a 6-point lead. It got up to 8 at one point, and then it was clawing it out at the end, and Platteville holds on 74-70 in what was a good one tonight here at Gulf Sports Center.
Yeah, an 18-0 run they had in that second half. It's tough. It's tough. I mean, they score 43 in the first half, Oshkosh does. They scored 27 in the second half. So obviously we talked a little bit about the defense, and I thought there were some things there that happened on the defensive end that you can clean up, because they give up 41 in the second half. They give up 33. They give up 41. But I think offensively, it was knowing when a 3 was the right shot, and then knowing when, okay, we've missed 3 or 4 of these things in a row. We've got to attack. We've got to change it a little bit. Not saying you go away from the threes. You take 20, I think 27 of them, or average, 27 a game, 27 and a half a game. You make almost 10 of them. That's part of what you do. But knowing when and where in situations and the runs, you can never have a run that long. We saw that a little bit with that run of 18-0. You've got to stop those. You stop those by getting some fouls, by getting to the paint, doing things a little bit differently. If you keep going and doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to get the same result. It's not going to lead.
So that win by Platteville over Oshkosh here snaps a 10-game consecutive WIAC regular season home winning streak for the Titans as well. Platteville now on the year 12-1. They are 2-0 in conference play. The Titans dropped to 7-6, 1-1 in conference play. Well, we take a look at our final statistics as we wrap this one up. Leading scorers on the night, first for Oshkosh, 13 from Will Mahoney. They were led by Adam Fravert on the night, 20. That was after a Saturday where he only had 2. So Fravert with 20, Will Mahoney with 13, Eddie Minch with 11, 9 from Eric Peterson, 7 from David Vlothrow, 6 from Levi Borchert, and 4 points from Jack Flint. Jack only 1 for 8 from the floor tonight.
8 shots. There's a 1 for 8. I thought he did a good job on the rebounding. He gets 6 offensive rebounds, try to get himself involved a little bit. That's a situation, though. Again, I go back to it because just in the flow of the game, we talked a lot about it. But again, when it's not falling, you find a way to get it to go a different way. You've got an All-American, on the block. Run it through him. When you did run it through him, you got a better 3 look. And I think at times you just, I don't want to say forgot about him, but realized that you know what I am. He did forget about it.
Platteville led by Carter Volker, 21 points, 17 of those coming in the second half. Drew Gunnick with 18, 10 from Quentin Shields, 9 from Blake McCann, 5 from Justin Stovall, 4 from Justin Fox, and 2 from Justin Jarvin Sivu. Platteville shoots 43.5% from the floor, Oshkosh 36.5%, and the number that's really going to stand out, 7 for 31 3-point attempts tonight for the Titans. They hit 7 for just over 22.5%. On the contrary, 9 for 19, very efficient from the 3-point stripe for Platteville. They finished 47.4% from beyond the arc. Let's take a look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. And we'll take a look at the Titans schedule coming up. But our broadcast schedule, not the men's schedule. There's our broadcast schedule. UW Stout, the women, at 3:05 on Saturday. Looking forward to that. You and I doing a little double dip. We'll be here in the afternoon, then bouncing over to Menominee Nation Arena to call that herd game on Saturday as well. So looking forward to seeing the women. Me for the second time this year with Lawrence early this season, but you'll get a chance to catch UW-Oshkosh women on Saturday against UW Stout. That's a 3:05 tip. We will have pregame at 2:50 on Saturday afternoon. Then Wednesday, Eau Claire in on the women's side. A couple of men's tilts as River Falls and Stevens Point on the 22nd, and Whitewater, the women, Platteville to wrap up the season. There's our broadcast schedule. Take a look at the Titans' upcoming schedule on the men's side, as they will be on the road at Stout and at Eau Claire Saturday and next Wednesday, before a couple of more home games that we had there on our broadcast schedule. So that will do it. Final thoughts for you tonight, Brian.
I think this is a game that has a lot of teachable moments, a lot
Fox
of learning points.
Communities
You
credit
look at that big picture stuff is really, really good. I think early on to have some of these big-time learning opportunities is good. This team is very, very talented. They will respond. There's no question about that. And I think that's the biggest thing. Again, you understand this as well. You're the reigning national champion. You're going to get everybody's best game. And that's just one thing that you're going to have to see over and over again. The one thing you're going to have to clean up is just that defensive end at times. At times it got a little bit, those gaps got a little bit wider. And when those gaps got wider, it opened up the lane.
The drought offensively, though, I think to start the second half is the one that will stick out. 5.5-minute drought offensively.
Yeah.
But again, you often hear defense leads
Well, you
the
can't
offense.
exactly. You can't let you not making shots allow you not to defend.
Sure. Well, that will do it for us here this evening until Saturday night. That will do it for our crew here tonight. Cameraman Adam Van Handel, producer engineer Matt Hendrickson, my broadcast partner Brian Butch. I'm BJ DeGroat. Hoping you have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday night and a great rest of the week ahead. Again, until Saturday afternoon, we bid you adieu. This has been a Woodward Radio Group presentation of UW-Oshkosh basketball on thescore.wi.com.